God bless you. Welcome to this Bible study. It is for persons who are mature enough to take your time to chew on the word. Today, I want to talk a little bit about conditional blessings. Many times we have a tendency to declare the blessings of Abraham, the blessings of the children of Israel, the blessings outlined in Scripture over our lives, and that's okay. But very often we do not pause to look at the rest of the Scripture and to look at the conditions that must be met for us to receive those blessings. Of course, there are some blessings like being able to be awake and to be alive. We get those blessings daily and we give God thanks for life. But there are additional blessings that we desire that come with conditions. So we are told in Hebrews chapter 11, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And so we say we're going to extend our faith. But even as we extend our faith, we must understand that faith without work is dead. Faith without work is dead. It means that although we are extending our faith, we must take action. We must recognize that we have to do something. The woman with the issue of blood, she pressed her way through the crowd until she was able to touch the hem of the master's garment. And he said he could feel virtue leaving his body. We also have a tendency to declare 2 Chronicles 7 verse 14, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven. I will forgive their sins and heal their land. We look at the latter part of it that God will hear, but we do not focus on the part that says, if we will humble ourselves, if we will pray, if we will seek the face of God, and if we will turn, we must do something in order to receive the blessings that are declared in Scripture. How willing are we today to humble ourselves, to pray, to seek the face of God, to spend time? We are so easily distracted. We want everything on a microwave speed, but we do not recognize that we must humble ourselves. We must pray, seek the face of God, and we must turn. Many times we look at Deuteronomy 28 and we get quite excited. So Deuteronomy 28 says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, then we shall receive certain blessings. And the blessings are outlined. But we don't look at the if. Look at the beginning. It says, if we will do certain things, then we will receive the blessings. So it tells us that the Lord shall establish an holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, and he shall ensure that his commandments are followed. It tells us that blessed shall we be in the city, blessed shall we be in the field, and there are other blessings that are outlined. For example, in verse 4, blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of the ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the increase of the kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. We love to declare these blessings, but these blessings are conditional. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. Verse 7, the Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. Verse 8, the Lord shall command the blessings upon thee in thy storehouses and in all that thou settest thy hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God and walk in his ways. That if is conditional. Verse 10, and all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. Verse 11, and the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. Verse 12, the Lord shall open unto thee his good treasures, the heaven to give thee rain unto the land in his season, and to bless all the works of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. But Deuteronomy 29, verse 9, gives us a chance to do what is required to get the blessings. It says, so keep and follow the words of this covenant, that you may prosper in all that you do. So do not just assume that all of the blessings will be yours until you have met the conditions, the requirements to receive those blessings. Remember, faith without work is dead.